more focused on close quarters combat. As you saw in Haven, we had mid to long range encounters all the time. We even dropped the sniper rifle. With this map, we're not going to drop that. We're going to drop a lot of Forerunner scatter shots and swords. Now it's set on a, I give you this, it's set on a an abandoned UNSC mining platform that's been repurposed for the war effort, and just really good tight map. We're loving it inside.
Oh, they're running together!
So some of the changes to the Team Slayer you're seeing here is that even though this mode doesn't have the ordnance drops, the personal ordnance drop system, it still benefits from a lot of the new spawning systems that we've developed for Halo 4, all the new character models, everything we've been pushing for the multiplayer experience here with War Games.
Okay. Is there a distance or proximity to where you see these weapons and drops? So for example, I saw those frag nades were about 28 meters away from neighbors. Does that go indefinitely across the entire map, or is it a certain range that we're going to be able to see where weapons are at?
In this mode, they're carefully tuned by map. And the other important thing is that when a rocket launcher enters the battlefield in this map, everyone's going to see that ping, and that one will show up no matter how far away it is from you. So everyone gets a chance to go for the big guns.
Now, are the drops predictable? Are they always in the same location, or is it spread out?
It's kind of tricky. The initial ones, as we discussed, those ones are very predictable. They're always the same at the beginning of every match.
Yep.
The power weapons will drop on sort of a rotation.
Okay.
But it's randomized. That rotation is randomized per map. So the random is a bit tricky because that doesn't mean that you're going to get like 3 rocket launchers in a row, or it doesn't mean you're going to end up getting sniper rifles on a very small map or swords on a big one. We've still taken a lot of care on what weapons we're putting where and how they're being brought into the battlefield by the Infinity.
Okay. Can we talk about the spawn system?
Yeah, absolutely. So players can spawn quite a bit faster. We found it's increased the game pace of the gameplay. This is still tunable completely in the custom game options menu. But in this mode we're playing right now, I believe it has a 1 second spawn timer and they can force the respawn on X.
Okay, and what are how in depth did you guys go with the customization features and stuff like that? How much are we going to be able to tweak to the game, like settings and stuff, when it comes out?
We are going to have a ton of customization options. We can't speak to exactly what they are or what they're going to be today, but we're very stoked. I think we'll be happy with them.
Awesome, awesome. And is Forge going to be similar, or are you allowed to talk about that?
Forge. We can't say much more than that.
Okay, but it will be back?
It will be back.
Okay, cool. Cool. All right, neighbor, let's get some headshots. Do some dirty work right here.
That is the plan.
That is the plan. So, all right, let's talk to neighbor real quick, Walshy, and just kind of let him talk about his gameplay real quick.
I noticed neighbor was playing a little sneaky there, trying to go into that sword kill. So, just still baiting in this game as well?
I'm still baiting and switching, but now that I have Promethean Vision, I don't need another teammate to bait. I can just use my glass wall and techniques and just dominate with the sword.
And what is your favorite weapon to use so far? What have you been using most?
Well, I love using the battle rifles. There's so much nostalgia of shooting this gun. It was my favorite weapon in Halo 2. And it's just so nice to see it back.
How do you like where it shows how the shots register? So those little hash marks right outside his cursor on the diagonal sides, it's showing every time that shot's registering. That's so important, especially for online play. You know, playing past Halo, it's like, all right, am I leading my shots enough? Am I not leading them enough? Has it helped you knowing where to aim and knowing how to aim in this game so far?
Well, what I think will help is, especially while in theater mode, I'm very precise on where I put my last shot to try and finish a guy. And
this is really challenging for you, isn't it?
This is tough. It's tough to
talk and play at the same time, huh?
It's very tough to play and talk. But if you know that the rifle comes up when the shots are connected, it's going to make it so you'll know exactly where you need to put it right in certain situations. You know this, Dave. We did the street-to-streets on Constructs for like 4 hours.
We did. We had to learn a long range, how to lead, where to lead. And I noticed all the time you're using Promethean. What else have you've been using? Let's see, frags, Promethean, and battle rifle. I've seen that quite a bit from even Kyle over there. I think using the exact same setup.
Yeah, no. Here, ask that one more time. Sorry.
Have you mainly been doing battle rifle, Promethean, frag nades, that sort of loadout?
Yeah, that's the loadout I go for. What I've been switching up is the secondary. I tried out the plasma pistol, trying to bring back the new combo, what they used to call it. But the plasma pistol isn't as devastating as it was.
Get him!
past 8
Come on!
So it's
Yeah,
much harder to give
boy!
people the truth in this game, huh?
It's much harder to give people the truth, definitely.
All right, neighbor. Well, you guys lost the first game, and I don't want to distract you anymore and have you lose this game.
Well,
so.
it's not me. It's Best Man. He had 23 deaths. So.
Oh well, let's go. Let's watch
Distract
Best Man's
this
screen
guy.
right now.
I guess.
We'll harass him more. See if we can get him to 30 deaths this game.
Perfect.
All right, Best Man. We're
After
here to
you die right here, we're gonna ask you a couple questions.
Yeah.
Been dying a lot.
So what's going on? What were your first impressions of the game so far? And what kind of what questions do you have for Kevin? He's the War Games lead.
My first impressions, I'm really liking the shooting. I gotta get used to the movement a little bit, with sprint being default and allowing to have armor abilities with sprint. So, question I had to ask is why does it sound like I'm World War II when I die? But that's the only thing so far. World War II.
So the audio, where does the game audio come from? Who designed your audio? And
Well, the audio. We're still on an E3 build, so there's going to be a lot of more improvements to the audio as we get going. It's much louder. A lot of our weapons have been kicked up, which is giving you a higher impact on some of them. And there's still tuning and balance to be done, but we're stoked with the way it's developed.
awesome. Best Man, don't try to make excuses, man.
Yeah, sounds like it's dying.
You dropped the negative bombs over here.
Yeah, I did drop a couple, 20 bombs with my devs, but I'm just trying to get used. I'm just trying to test out all the different ones. I'm not sticking to just one thing.
All right, so what loadout are you going to try out next? So far, we've seen a little bit of the carbine and a lot of the battle rifle. Would you be willing to show us something else?
Yeah, I'll use a DMR next time I die, but I did the Covenant carbine a little bit. It seemed really good, sort of up close, mid range, but long range I sort of was like getting destroyed.
So on a map like this, it seems like it's much close quarters. So carbine should hold out all right on a map like this, being a closer quarter map. But on Haven, I could definitely see that struggling a bit because you have so many far different distance shots you have to be hitting. What are your first impressions on the DMR? Like, we really have seen most of the people using VR, so we need to get someone who has actually shot it around a bit. What's differences from like Halo Reach DMR, if you can give a couple?
When you scope in with the DMR, it's sort of like there's like two big circles. I don't know what the technical term would be, but it's a completely different scope and it shoots completely different from the Halo Reach DMR, which is the bloom. And there's bloom in this, but it doesn't. Oh yeah, I gotta switch. I keep switching. Let me switch in my menu. But yeah, the scope is completely different, and I like it. The shooting long range, it feels like your shots register more than the VR. So long range DMR is pretty good.
And how would you suggest shooting it? I mean, it's so hard to give first impressions since you've only gotten to play a little bit, but I used to notice like in Halo Reach, for example, I would do like 1-2 shots and then I would wait. I would have to let that bloom reset. Do you have to wait that much longer, or what sort of factors is blue play in this so far that you've noticed?
I'm sort of just spamming it, just trying to get used to it. So right now I'm just up close.
Nice.
Dive pretty fast, so.
Rockets are back. Let's get those big boys.
Rockets are a lot different as well.
Oh! All right, how are rockets different?
This is our first time getting to see rockets. Kevin, what are some new things we should see about rockets? Still, obviously, one of the most powerful weapons, if not the most powerful weapon in the game.
Well, for Halo 4, we've redone the audio and the sound,
You went through the vent.
and that was a bug. But yes, no, we've redone the actual model of the rockets and the sound. The timing's a bit different, but there's still the classic Halo rockets. It's still a UNEC weapon. We try to stay very true to form on those, and that one was just dropped by our new ordnance system. So right before he picked it up, you saw that flash of it coming up.
And I saw after he shot the rocket, there was a trail, so you could actually see where he's shooting the rockets from.
Yes, actually, with the new with the new models, we've also got new effects on them.
Okay. And did you guys do that for a reason, to kind of give away where the rocket, where the person shooting the rocket, give away his position, or?
No, I wouldn't say it was a gameplay decision like that. I think we just looked at the sandbox as a whole, and we just wanted to visually refresh almost every aspect of it. And the sniper rifle especially, I think you'll start seeing that.
Oh yes, I really want to see the sniper rifle.
Oh, yeah, it's back in a big way.
Okay.
It'll drop every now and then on Haven if you play today, and definitely on Longbow.
Okay, cool.
And also on Longbow, it will become part of one of your personal ordnance options. So those personal ordnance options that you saw are actually tuned by map.
They're tuned by what?
Tuned by map.
Okay.
So on the larger maps, you know, you will start getting Splazer and sniper rifles available.
And so you've been playing the game for a while now. What is your go-to loadout, or what loadout do you tend to use the most?
Oh, for me? I'm
Yeah,
all
what's
about the
your
thruster
style?
pack right now. I've been loving the thruster pack and the BR just because I'm a Halo 3 fanboy. I cannot stop using that BR, getting that double tap. So that's for me. Sticking with that, and then I've been mixing up the armor mods a lot lately. Haven't really committed to anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And with the pistol, can we talk about the pistol a little bit? How's it operate compared to all the other pistols? Because it's always changed in every single
The
title.
Magnum?
Yeah, the Magnum
The
set.
E3 build is pretty faithful. I don't have too much to say about that one, but try it out for sure today.
Okay, definitely.
The loadout system, however, does let you customize your pistol. So some players are bringing. I noticed they're spawning with the plasma pistol instead of the regular Magnum.
There's a lot of people leaning towards that as well. I think we always have in mind that a lot of times we're using our primary weapon, and there's really no need to use our Magnum unless we get caught off guard and we're out of ammo already. So a lot of times I think these pro players are able to position themselves well enough or reload on the right time, so they haven't been using Magnum nearly as much.
One of the cool things about it is once you start playing Infinity Slayer more and more, you can start comboing these things as you're describing, right? So if you want to get that combo of like switching to headshot for your Magnum, I mean the speed boost is a great example of something that makes that great. Now with speed boost, it not only makes you move faster, but it makes you swap your weapons faster. And we've got an armor mod for that as well. So, you know, you really have to start looking at the sandbox as a whole and the new loadout system for Halo 4 and how you can start creating these gameplay setups that fit your